Hi, it's Bren, and I am at my gym. I just finished an amazing class, and I'm so excited. My fitness instructor, my favorite, has agreed to do a quick interview with me to find out how she brings so much energy and value to people, class after class, week after week. So stay tuned. I'm going to be talking to Roury, the most amazing fitness instructor. It's Bren, and I have Roury here.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have her. She's agreed to do a little interview with me on Every Day is Wisdom. So Roury is a fitness instructor, and she is so amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I've told her so many times when I come into class, I'm preoccupied, I'm a little stressed, and for that hour, she takes me somewhere. And it's just, she's gifted, I think, and I just want to find out how you found you seem to have been one of those rare people who completely has found your gift and is able to give value to so many people through what you
thank
do.
you.
So maybe just a little bit of how you got started and why you chose to be a fitness instructor.
Okay, so I've always been very interested in exercising, and pretty much since I graduated from, definitely not when I was in college, I was not interested in exercising, but once I graduated, really started on a path of my own personal fitness. I did a lot of running, mostly, I would say, until my second child was born when I was 35, and she was born in January, and I couldn't run. I have a jogging stroller, but I couldn't run outside with her, and so I joined LA Fitness and started doing spinning classes, really only because when I dropped my other son off at the bus, and when the daycare was open, and when I was breastfeeding still. So I was working between. It just so happened that it magically appeared the time that the class was offered. And I completely fell in love with it. And I was going 5 days a week, and I could really feel a change in my body. And I started, if I couldn't make it to a class, then I would go and work out on my own. And I started putting together songs, and then thinking that way. And I had some really great instructors at LA Fitness, I guess this was like 3 or 4 years ago, who were very positive, encouraging to me, saying, you should get certified. And my husband said, you're such a gym rat, you might as well get paid while you're there. I mean, he was, joking with me, but very. So I got certified, I think in 2010, I'm not exactly sure. And I got hired at LA Fitness right away. Again, I had some instructors that were so supportive of me, would let me teach parts of their class or their whole class, and would critique me and give me instruction. And then I think it's really a love of music. And as I got more comfortable being in front of a group, which is really hard at first, and now I can't even, it's like the most fun part of my day. But as I got more confident, then I started thinking about how I could be more motivating, and it wasn't just the music, and it wasn't just making it harder, or challenging people physically. But I really feel like there's a strong connection between your mental health and your physical health. And so what I try to do is bring a marriage of the two of those things together in my class. So I want people to feel really good about themselves, and I want them to feel proud of themselves and happy and motivated and excited. I try to build as much community within the group as I can, because I want other people to encourage each other. I get bored when I work out by myself. Even I have a spinning bike at home, and I get on there every once in a while. I'm like, I miss everybody. I still call out directions, and I point, and I try to say really encouraging things, because, like what you said, I don't know what happened to you on the way to work. I don't know what you have to deal with when you leave, but you have an hour, and it's to yourself, and I want people in my class to get a good sweat, because that's so good for your body. But I also want them to walk out of there saying, I did this for myself. This is what I do for myself. I feel good about myself, and man, I really worked out. Because if I have a joke that my endorphins kick in at 9:37. So my class starts at 9:15, and then I look at the clock at 9:37, and I have this buzz like, whoo, it feels awesome.
I do too.
And so it's just, and then I am just flying, and I don't ever want it to end, and I really feed off everybody else's energy. but I try to make people feel good about themselves. Because I think a lot of people, particularly with cycling, are like, oh, I can never do that. It's too hard. Oh, no way, I couldn't ever do that. And I think, well, I couldn't teach anything else because I'm so uncoordinated that I have to, I don't have to move to the right or the left or move my arms. All I have to do is pedal. So that it's for any level, any age, anyone, if you can sit down. And you don't even have to sit down. So anyone can really do it. And so I want people to feel like if it's their first time, if it's their 3,000th fitness class, that they are being challenged and to not feel competitive, except for to push yourself. And so that's what I really try to get people to do. And when someone's saying to you, you're awesome, you're working so hard, you are so strong, it makes you work a little harder as opposed to, come on, add some more, you could do better than that. That's just not the way I feel like people can be motivated.
I have to say that is a key to, I think, why I love your classes, is that you do say, those perfect little phrases when I feel like, partway through class, like today you said, tap into your power. And it's just like, for some reason, I don't know if it's because we're, physically exerting ourselves, but it seems to go right in there. And I love some of the things you interject, like you're doing great, you've got this, and it just seems like the perfect amount of energy to give you that little boost when you're, trying your hardest. So you've got that. You've totally got that.
Thank you. I just feel like positive reinforcement and positive encouragement is just and I find this with my children too. Wow, thanks for doing that for me today. As opposed, obviously you have to redirect, kids and things, but the more positive that you can be with people, the more successful they are. And again, I just feel like if you aren't there mentally, then you're not going to do well. And I remember that from running. There were days when I knew I could run 10 miles. I could walk out of my house and I could run 10 miles. And then there were days where I couldn't get around the block. And it was my head. Yes. It was totally my head. And I'm trying to, one foot in front of the other, and I'm like, whoa, just so. And so I really try to keep people engaged mentally so they kind of forget about how hard they're working, because it feels awesome.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
It works. It so works. You. And the other thing I want to touch on really quickly is your music. I think that I can just, it's like going to something, going out or doing something really amazingly fun, because her music selection is the best.
Oh, thank you.
And so I was just going to ask you, what's your favorite musician, band, and what's your inspiration for your music? Because it just is so good.
It's kind of what you said. I want it to feel like a party.
Yeah.
So I want it to feel like, if you are at a party and everyone's starting to dance, like what is a song that's going to get people going?
That's exactly
And
it.
so part of that is from taking cycling from other instructors. There can be some really bad music. Like, really, seriously, are you playing that song? That is so, so I try to play things that are like upbeat, and sometimes I try to play music, if you're listening to it, that they're saying something inspiring. I really like hip-hop music a lot. I love rap music, and so that inspires me. So, and my whole family is that way. My husband and I have been listening to rap music since we were like 10 years old. My kids are both into it. So we listen to the radio together. My son is 13. He gives me songs to play all the time. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, bud, no.
I can't do that one.
But, we just listen to the radio and think about things that we like to dance to. So that's pretty much it. And, and sometimes I'll play a song and I'm like, oh, I'm never playing that again.
Right.
I think it sounds so good in my head. And then I think, because like today when that song came out, I'm like, oh, this song's terrible. It's awful. I'm not playing it ever again.
Right.
But you also get into a rhythm of, where you are in a ride, and it's just from doing it for so long that I think to myself, no, we can't do that right now. We're going to do this, and I kind of mix it up just a little bit. But that, I think, just comes from experience. But
sure, adjust as you go.
I like to dance,
yeah,
so I try to make it, I want people to feel like they're at parties, so,
It definitely feels like that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so if you want to get in contact with Roury, she's going to, check her out on Facebook, and we'll leave information for her email. If you ever get to Cincinnati and want to do an amazing class, I highly recommend.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, and I really enjoyed this, so thanks so much for taking the time. Okay,
Thank you for everything you do.
Oh, sure.
All right,
and I'll see you
Okay.
next time.
Okay, sounds good. All right.